Alright, hello everyone. I'm Matt. This is my first stock speedrun for the weekend of January 8th, 2022. If you're unfamiliar with what a stock speedrun is, you can check this video's description for an explanation and also a disclaimer as to its content. Now, this opening introduction is also going to be a little longer than usual because I want to explain my goal for this weekend series of speedruns, which is for them all to be requests as opposed to being randomly chosen, seeing as I think I have enough requests lined up to fill a whole weekend's worth of videos. This first one comes by way of commenter Zach Chow. I apologize if I mispronounced your name, Zach. Not too great with that kind of stuff, as you can probably tell with the way I pronounce all kinds of, medical terms and whatnot on this channel. So if anybody has ever wondered what this little box down here is for, that is so instead of taking me to a random stock, it will take me to a specific ticker. And the first one that was recommended is SLGG, which still, as per the rules of stock speedruns, I have not looked at this before. I have no idea what it is. But I'm still going to have the usual 10 minutes, and I gotta, click some button at the end. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what this could possibly be. Ooh, Super League Gaming? Interesting. Now, does this run all kinds of esports events? Video gaming and esports entertainment platform for everyday players in the United States. Offers Mine Hut for Minecraft players, frame rate for social video networking gaming, SLG.TV, esports competitions and entertainment programming. This was a good recommendation. This fits in well with this channel. Virtualis Studios. Virtual production studio which offers solutions for video, television, branded content, city clubs. So I wonder if, because I've caught esports events on television before, not to watch them, just to pass by them and see them in passing. But is this the company that runs those? Then that's fascinating. So let's see how they're doing. So of course it's a cool space to be in. I think we all like video games. If you're watching this channel, you probably like either video games or stocks. So maybe half of you agree with the statement that video games are cool. Just like Fezzes. High five if you get that reference. But apparently, people that are paying for the services don't think they're cool because this company is hemorrhaging money. How do you even have this small amount of this small of a revenue stream? And honestly, the chart reflects that revenue stream. This is not. Okay, first of all, something happened in March. Something happened in March of what is technically now last year, and I want to know what it was. Ooh, whatever it was, it spawned a whole lot of lawsuits. Wait, why did it... So it went up on lawsuits? Or is... What happened with the... You know what, I wonder if this was a SPAC at some point. You often see a lot of lawsuits when... Oh, no, it says it was Super League Gaming at the time. Okay, what do they do? Whether they violated securities laws by failing to conduct a fair process, whether transactions for revalued, transaction of what? Transaction of what? I don't know, some of these are going to explain, some of them aren't. And tell you what, while I'm here, I might as well read this first quarter report also. Ah, this is a lot of tabs. Proposed directors of Meridian Bank Corp in connection with the proposed acquisition of the company by What? This doesn't have anything to do with gaming. These are banks. Oh, it's covering several companies in this article. Okay, here's Super League Gaming. In connection with the company's proposed acquisition of privately held Mob Crush Streaming. Under the terms of the merger agreement, current holders of Mob Crush common or first stock will receive 0.528 shares of the company's common stock for each share of Mob Crush that they hold. Okay, so people don't like that their shares, or at the time they didn't, that their shares of Super League Gaming is getting diluted because they're issuing more shares to the shareholders of Mob Crush for the acquisition, which will result in SLG issuing approximately 12.5 million shares. Yeah. Did this go through, or was this dropped? Let's do a quick search here. Mob Crush. I don't even see where it's finding it. Okay, there we go. The company's history nearly triple level acquisition of Mob Crush. Oh, so it sounds like it is going forward. Well, actually, no. This is when it was announced. Actually, you know, I wonder what happened. I wonder what caused that rise and that fall. Was it the announcement? You know, I'll bet the announcement caused the rise, and then when the terms of the merger came out, that's what caused the fall. I guarantee it. Announces $12 million sale of common stock. Is that? Is this for the merger, or is this something else? I think this is something else. I think this is something else. They issued shares, and then they had the balls to go and acquire something via the issuance of more shares. Not even a month later, I think is when it was announced. Yeah, here's the first instance of an announcement, March 11th. Let me go back to a 1-year chart. Where's March 11th? So there's March 15th, right there. So the announcement happened, it went up, and then boom, March 22nd starts to fall. I'll bet the 22nd is when the terms came out. When did this first lawsuit happen? No, that's March 11th also, so people were well aware. It might have just been hype, possibly. That's very possible. So they did the acquisition. They also did a sale of stock. That's I don't know about that. Yeah, so we know. Secondary share sale at discount. This is the one that was announced earlier, right? You know, I want to know if that acquisition actually happened. Nope, yep, it's been finalized. Finalizes acquisition. So, it's happened. The Super League shareholders approved it. But then again, you know, sometimes it doesn't mean much. You know, when you think Super League shareholders, sometimes you think, you know, regular people like you and me. I don't know. How many insiders are holding this? Because it could be very well just all the insiders voted for it. It's like, oh, nope. Motion passes. Okay, well, yeah, but you guys are 60% of the vote. Oh, no, doesn't matter. Motion passes. Well, actually, no, only 9%. So at least a good amount of institutional holders probably voted for this. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad acquisition. I think that is yet to be seen. The chart seems to imply it's a bad acquisition, otherwise it wouldn't be going down like this. multi-year, multi-event deal to develop. Patent allowance to provide for individual streaming customization. Interesting, interesting. For its quarter 3 loss, surprise, surprise. You know, there's some stuff in here that can be seen as positive or negative. I'm feeling very neutral about this right now. Let's see, what does conversation section think? Let's see, what kind of events have they had? Man, I'm all over the place with this. League events. No. Super League gaming events. Let's see, so what have they done? What have they hosted? Let me see if this is loaded already. No, let's try to refresh that page. Oh, I think I'm overloading my internet here. Time to load up why. Thank you for not giving a justification, jackass. Mid-January, $6. Well, it's mid-January now! I mean, well, okay, not actually, but it's close. Getting awfully close to $1. Yeah, it is. Is this on NASDAQ, by the way? Yes, it is. It is getting close to that dollar cutoff mark where they might have to reverse split or bust. Oh man, I didn't get to see the list of events. You know, I'm gonna go back there. Once I make a choice here, I'm gonna go back there just because I'm curious to see what they host. But obviously I can't use that for right now because 10 minutes is up. I gotta make a decision. And you know what? I'm still very neutral. I kind of don't see, because the stuff that I saw, I can either spin it either way or it's counterbalanced by other things I saw. Because so there was the issuance of shares, very closely followed by an acquisition that issues more shares. That's kind of suspect. Actually, come to think of it, I don't really have a counterpoint for that. I don't really have a counterpoint for that. I thought I did, but I don't. Well, I mean, the counterpoint for that is that they're trying to acquire something and grow. Okay, that's nice. The chart doesn't really reflect people having a whole lot of faith in that growth, because it seems to do nothing but go down. And the earnings don't seem to, unless they have yet to tap into the earnings potential of the mob crush they acquired. That's very possible. But so far, that earnings chart hasn't seemed to have changed much either. It still looks like it's just, you know, hemorrhaging money. Is it possible that I'm looking at this through rose-colored glasses also? Kind of like how I did with Achieve Life Sciences? Just because it's Vidya games, and I like Vidya games? Is that what's influencing me here? I really hope not. Because, you know, I know I said that it sounds like I have a... that it sounds like this can go either way, but now that I'm saying it out loud... all of the things I'm talking about are screaming sell to me. I thought I had counterpoints for those that could at least justify a hold, but I don't think I do. The only justification I can think of for a hold is if they have real plans for that Mob Crush acquisition and the money that they raised from that most recent round of share offerings that I am not privy to and that they can make good on to turn around those hemorrhaging earnings. But that sounds an awful lot like hope. That sounds an awful lot like hope that is not based on anything that I can independently or factually justify. And I don't like to make decisions based on hope. If you're making an investment based on just hope and not things that you can logically foresee, based on facts and things you know, as opposed to just things that you hope to be true, that's not good. That's not good in my opinion. You know, I thought I could justify a hold here, but I really can't. At least not yet. Now, so I think I'm going to hit this sell button with the caveat that if there is a point, and maybe there is some information out there and I just missed it, I don't know. But if there is information out there at some point that shows that they are able to engage the money they raised and the assets of Mob Crush to turn around those earnings, then I would say, yeah, this instantly becomes a hold. Because now you have factual information to go off of that you can verify. But as for right now, it either doesn't exist or I didn't see it. So because of that, I'm thinking sell. Again, with the caveat that as soon as some kind of turnaround information becomes available, I think a hold is more justified here. But for now, without that information, I don't think I could justify that. I don't think I could justify that hold, so it's got to be a sell. And I know, so I made my decision, and I know I said I wanted to go back in here and take a look at the events, because I'm curious as to what they host. Okay, they host a bunch of white boxes. That's not very entertaining. They host Rocket League Super League Arena. They host the SpongeBob movie? What the hell what am I looking at right now? Live series of video game golf? Oh, here's more stuff. Okay, Valorant's a big game, I know. People like Madden. League of Legends is big. Okay, they got some big game names in here. Everyone likes Minecraft. Never been my cup of tea, but hey, you know, you do you. Okay, so, you know, they still got events going on. They got this on January 20th. They got this on January 25th and 27th. So it's not like they're, you know, it's not like they're not doing anything. They haven't given up. Is what I'm saying. They're still running operations and trying to do good things. Would the stuff that I had seen in here changed my opinion? Not really. Not really, because again, I can look in here for all the events just out of curiosity that I want, but it doesn't really tell me what their plans are for the future, for that money they just acquired from that offering, and also from from the acquisition, the Mob Crush acquisition. How are they going to utilize those Mob Crush resources to drive earnings growth in the future, because God knows they need it. Like, this is... These earnings here, where was it? Like, this is terrible. This is what I would expect to see from a clinical stage company. Just burning piles of money. And, unlike clinical stage companies, they don't have, like, government grants or nothing. They don't have, government funding. No. They're on their own for this. They're on their own for turning us around. And can they do it? I don't know. That is yet to be seen. I don't see any, you know, big green flags saying that they're doing anything specific to turn it around. And that's why I had to give it a sell. But, I don't know. I like video games. I would be more than happy to be wrong about this. So we'll see. We'll see going into the future. And speaking of the future, I'll catch you in the next one, friendo.